target. I hit my target, man. I gotta hit my target. I hit my target. I hit my target. I gotta hit my target. I hit my target. I gotta hit my target, but it seems like I'm missing. With all this ammunition, I gotta refocus because my aim is all wrong. I'm determined to finish strong, but it's hard to finish strong when your target is all wrong. I've been throwing my rocks and I've been casting the first stones, but I'm not without sin, so I gotta move on. What's my target? What's my target, God? I'm on a mission. I'm after purpose, next level, and I'm all about vision, but distractions are coming in. They coming from everywhere, and I hit targets and throw missiles at people that I truly care for, but God only knows. I know I've been wrong, but these distractions and frustrations, they coming on so strong. I hear voices in my head telling me to be strong, but my attitude cuts loose and I know I'm so wrong. But if you only knew the demons that I have to fight, I gotta reload my ammo and tell them devils good night. I gotta reload my ammo and tell them devils good night. They've been robbing my purpose. They trying to kill my destiny, but I gotta be real. They trying to get the best of me. They got my mama, they got my daddy, they got my cousin over in Cali. I got these bills, got no money, and my spouse looking real funny. So it triggers my attitude and it puts them in a negative mood, making my house a target for misconception. When I only wanted better, I've been targeting the wrong thing and brought things that would make one scream instead of showing love and supporting. And God, I'm missing the boat to my next level. I'm supposed to be targeting for better, but when you lose focus, lose passion, and forget why you started, the enemy make you focus on wrong things, making your family want to scream. Got money with no bling, bank accounts with negative things, bill collectors getting the best of your frustration setting in. Your attitude is weighing and weighing, but your target is off. While you anticipating greater things, but greater things can't come when you aim at nothing. So my target, it ain't the ones I love. It's them demons, it's them devils that's trying to rob me of love. But God, I'm right here, right now, recognizing my mission. When I work on being a better me, I can change my disposition. When I work on being a better me, I can change my disposition. When I work on being a better me, I can change my disposition, because that's my target, that's my mission. Devil, get out of my kitchen, because I'm cooking on purpose, because I realize I'm actually worth it. No more insecurities, no more fears, no more acting foolish when greatness is near. No more acting foolish when greatness is near. No more acting foolish when greatness is near. I choose to refocus. I choose to change my disposition. When you want to finish strong, your mind focus on winning. When you want to finish strong, your mind focus on winning. That's my mission. That's my mission. I gotta finish strong. But in order to finish strong, I gotta look at what I'm doing wrong. That's my disposition. Hey, yo, I'm on a mission. I gotta finish strong. But in order to finish strong, I gotta look at what I'm doing wrong. That's the target that I'm hitting. Devil, get out my kitchen. No more missing. I'm winning. I'm changing my disposition. Because God wants the best of me, but in order to get the best of me, I gotta let go of the wretched me. Because God wants the best of me, but in order to get the best of me, I gotta let go of the wretched me. That's my aim. That's my mission, and I'm in it to win it. That's my aim. That's my mission. I'm in it to win it. What's your aim? What's your mission?
Yes, Lord.
Are you in it to win
it? Yes, Lord.
Are you targeting the wrong thing?
Lord Jesus.
Letting the devil get the best of you. What are you hitting at? What are you shooting at?
Yes, Lord.
We saw the boy in the video who shot at something that was innocent. All because somebody was in his ear.
Yeah.
Saying shoot. Saying shoot.
Wow. Yeah.
Saying shoot.
Yeah.
And then when he shot, he realized what he did was wrong. But the damage had already been done.
Yes, it is.
And now he's looking like, what just happened?
Yes.
What just happened? When you look around in this atmosphere has been set up with targets everywhere. When you walked in the door, it says, what are you targeting? Who are you targeting? Where are you targeting? What are you targeting? Who are you targeting?
Yeah.
Where are you targeting? Targets are all around us.
Yes.
If we hit them, the right ones, we finish strong. If we hit the wrong ones, we feel like God had done us so wrong. But it ain't God, it's you.
Yeah.
You're losing focus on what you should be really hitting. And so when you're not winning, you're wondering if God did it. But it's really been you. You've been so wrong and targeting the wrong things, and God is looking at you. We're in a series called Finish Strong, but are you prepared to finish strong when your aim is so wrong?
Lord Jesus.
Are you prepared? When you're targeting fears, you're targeting doubts, you're targeting insecurities, and you're hitting bullseye every time.
Lord Jesus.
Bullseye, bullseye, bullseye. But I want to finish strong, but your aiming is so wrong.
Yes.
I want to finish strong, God. There are people who missed the assignment and they had pulled the trigger on the wrong things. There are people who hit bullseye and did exactly what God needed them to do. Are you aiming at God's purpose for your life? Or are you missing the mark? What are you pulling the trigger on? There are ways to pull the trigger and hit your target. You pull it intentionally. Yeah. You pull it intentionally. You intentionally shoot your attitude. That's your target. That's your mission. Attitude, come with it. Boom. And then the explosion hits your house. You intentionally shoot selfishness, pride, and arrogance. You intentionally shoot insecurities and fears, and now you can't move on and do what God told you to do because you're scared, you're nervous. And instead of shooting insecurities and fears, you should have been shooting your faith. Yeah. Charging it to explode in your face. Yeah. But the devil got you scared, got you thinking that God can't hear you when God is right there the whole time.
Yes, he is.
Waiting on you to see which one are you going to shoot.
All right. Yes.
Which one will you hit? What is your target?
Yeah.
Who? A target is anything that's fired at.
Yes.
A target is a goal that you're trying to reach.
Yes.
What is your goal? Are you intentionally trying to walk in destruction? Yes. Or are you intentionally trying to walk in purpose? Are you intentionally trying to be a blessing? Or are you intentionally trying to be a curse?
Yes.
What's your target? Anything that you're firing. People who pull the target. I'm going to talk about two different situations. And the first one, I'm going to take you to the fire. The fire of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah.
The fire. We look at the fire and we see the fire is hot, burning, full of flames. But I want you to see it as part of your life.
Yeah.
You can't have a life without fire. Because if you did, you wouldn't be living.
All right.
God is the creator of the fire. He's the one. He is God of the fire. So to have a life without fire is to have a life without God. Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego, in the midst of the fire, in the midst of the tribulation, in the midst of temptations, they refused to bow down to foolishness. Foolishness was never their target. Although people, just like the young boy that you saw on the video, people were in the young boy's ear telling him, that's your target. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego heard the king say, this is your target. Bow down, big baby. Bow down to lust. Bow down to temptation. Bow down to foolishness. Bow down to it. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, now, king, whatever you do, whatever you say, nothing is going to make me fall into the hands of foolishness. Nothing is going to make me go down that road again. Nothing that you can do, say, devil, I promise you now, this is not the year. This is not the season, because I'm not going that way again. So they had King Nebuchadnezzar, who was a king, who said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to worship an idol god. We're going to bow down to an idol. And if you do not bow down to the idol called lust, if you do not bow down to the idol called fears and insecurities and infidelities and whatever your strong man is, he said, if you do not bow down to this God, I'm going to put you in the fire. And these three young men told him, it don't matter what you say. I can't do it. It don't matter what you say. I can't do it. Somebody in here is facing a fire. Somebody in here is facing a trial, a tribulation, a situation. Somebody is here is looking at the fire and saying, should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? And what you don't understand is when you play with fire, you always get burned when it's an ungodly fire. But when you play with the fire of God, you can walk in it and not even smell like smoke. When you play with the fire of God, meaning that I'm not going to give in to this because that's not my target. And if I shoot at it and I hit it, I'm going to get burned. But if I take a stand
Lord Jesus
and say, God, you're going to have to help me with this. Because in my strength, I will fall for the okie doke. In my strength, it will hinder me from finishing strong. In my strength, I can't do it. Somebody is facing a fire, and God is saying, if you do not give in to the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life, if you do not give in to the devil telling you sick, you're going to always be sick. If you do not give in to generational curses just because mama and daddy went through, or just because, he said, if you do not give in to your own fears and your own insecurities, he said, I got something for you. I got something for you. He said, because these type of fires, seems like there's no fire behind it when you give in to your flesh. But God said the fire that's behind it can cause the plans of God to burn for your life. If you give in to those fires, it could cause what God had planned for your life to burn. I'm going to say that again. It could burn in the fire. You don't believe me? Ask Moses. Moses gave in to the fire
Yes.
of the people.
Mm-hmm.
He gave in to the fire, and God said, Moses, I got a promised land for you.
Lord Jesus.
But because Moses could not overcome the fire of the people that was all around him, the plan that God had for him
Yes.
burned.
Lord Jesus.
The promises burn. If you keep giving into your fear,
Lord Jesus.
you can miss God. Don't be fearful in this season of trusting God. Don't be fearful in this season of believing God. Because listen, that's all that Moses had was a fear. Moses said, I can't talk.
Lord Jesus. Yeah.
And in the end, when he didn't do what God told him to do, his fear consumed the plans that God had for him.
Oh, yeah.
His fear consumed the plans that God had for him. But trusting God and letting go of pride, arrogance, and selfishness, trusting God that if I step into this furnace, He's going to bring me out without a stench. But when I step in, He's going to burn off. Come on, somebody. When I step in this furnace, He's going to burn off everything that was trying to hold me up, hold my house up, hold my family up, hold my bank account up. So God, I'm going to step into the fire with the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego anointing. What does that mean? That as I step in the fire, I know that everything that is not of God won't stand against me. Listen, when you step into the fire, you got to ask God to burn off lust. You got to ask God to burn off fear. You got to ask God to burn off sickness. You got to ask Him to burn off disease. You got to ask Him to burn off generational curses. You got to ask Him to burn off the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye. You got to ask Him to burn off your pride. Say, God, I choose to step in this fire because I step in this fire. Something got to burn, but it ain't going to be me. Come on, somebody. Something has got to burn, but it ain't going to be me. Something has got to burn, but it ain't going to be me. So do I step into the fire and let God purge me? Do I step into the fire and let God cleanse me? Do I step into the fire and let God heal me and deliver me? Or am I scared that the God that I serve is too much for Him to handle? That's the problem with many Christians today. They don't think God can handle what they're working with. God can't. I mean, I've tried it for years. And I still ain't delivered because you never completely gave it to Him. You never completely gave it to God. You can come to this altar. God, I'm scared. I'm going to give you my fear. And then when you go lead the altar behind the back, grab it. And I'm going back to my seat. Because I came here and I laid it here and said, help me, Lord. But then when I turned around, I snuck it. Put it back in my pocket. And it didn't manifest until a week or two, a month later, because I took it back when I gave it to Him. And now I feel like I gotta go and handle it my way. God can't handle my fire. I'm not Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I feel like I gotta help God out with the fire. And so instead of trusting God with my fire, I gotta help God out. Instead of trusting God with my healing, I gotta help Him out. Instead of trusting God with my deliverance, I gotta help Him out. I don't know. Do I give in? Do I overcome the fire knowing that He's right there? They were challenged to worship idols. And we say, well, we don't have idols today. Yes, you do. Anything that you spend more time with, anything that you give into more than you give into God, you got an idol in your life. And I dare you to knock that thing down in the name of Jesus. Because God said, I'm a jealous God. Don't put no other God before me. I'm real jealous up in here. He said, will you trust me? And then here it is. Well, God, okay, I'm trusting you. I'm in the fire. And then we make an excuse. But it's hot up in here. God said, yeah, I know. I created it. But God, everything around me is burning. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to cleanse you. But God, everything around me is frustrated by the fire. Yeah, because you're not purging it off with you.
Amen.
All right.
It's the fire. Can you handle the fire? Can you handle the purging? Can you handle the fire? And the scripture says, and I love this in Daniel 3:15 through 18. It says, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter."
Yeah.
This is when you have to look at the devil that is causing you to do certain things and say, "Oh, devil, I don't have to keep defending myself before you. I know that I'm healed. I know that I'm delivered. I know that I'm set free." This is where you have to speak in your own atmosphere.
Amen.
That the devil cannot have your mind, cannot have your body, cannot have your finances, cannot have your family, cannot have nothing. You need to take this scripture and do just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did. They said, "Oh, King Nebuchadnezzar." They didn't even acknowledge him as king. They said, "Oh, Nebuchadnezzar. Oh, devil.
Yeah.
We don't need to defend ourselves before you in this matter.
Yeah.
If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the
Yeah.
God that we serve is able to save us from it. And he will rescue us from your hand, O king. But even if he does not, devil, we want you to know, oh devil, that we won't serve your gods.
That's it.
All right.
That we won't worship the image of gold that you have set up.
Yeah.
That even if my God don't heal my body from this
Yeah,
sickness, depression, lying and cheating,
Yeah.
I'm done with serving them foreign gods.
Lord Jesus.
I'm done.
Yes.
You want to finish strong,
Mm-hmm.
but your aim is so wrong.
Lord Jesus.
When you give it to God, you cannot take it back. You got to trust him.
Yeah.
That I ain't going to be like daddy. That is not an option. Because if you knew how my daddy was,
Lord Jesus.
I ain't going to be like mama. Because if only you knew. 4 points about the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah.
They had no doubt that they could be delivered,
Yeah.
healed, and set free. Number one, they had no doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt. See, I'm finna dismantle that spirit because that's what it is. It is a spirit of doubt. They had no doubt. So you got to speak to that thing and say, I have no doubt
Yeah.
that God can deliver me from this thing that I'm working with. See, everybody in here got a different thing. Some of you might got the same thing, but we all got a thing. You got to acknowledge, you got to say, I have no doubt
Yeah.
that God can deliver, heal, and set me free.
Amen.
Point number one.
No doubt.
Number two, they chose to target God and not foolishness.
All right. All right.
You got to make a choice to no longer settle for the okie doke.
All right.
Amen.
You got to make a choice to no longer let them devils have your mind, your house, your will,
Yeah.
because that's your soul. You let the devil have your soul if you want to. Don't you know that's the only thing he after?
Amen.
That's the only thing he after. He don't care if you drink, smoke. He don't even care how you do it.
Amen.
He just want your soul to do it. It don't matter how. It just matter that you do. Because your soul is what's going to leave this place.
Yeah.
And whether you burn or whether you be in la glory,
Amen.
that's what the enemy is after. Because he's saying, if I get your soul, if I get your doubt, your mind, your will, your intellect, all of that. He said, that's what I'm after. I mean, that's what I'm after. Number two was they chose to target God and not foolishness.
Amen.
Number three, they stayed strong and faithful no matter the heat that was coming at them.
Yeah.
They stayed strong. They stayed faithful. Heat, temptation. Temptation is coming. Temptation is pulling. Temptation is calling. Temptation to cut somebody out. Temptation to get an attitude. Temptation to lie. Temptation to cheat. Temptation to manipulate. Temptation. See what they said? They stay strong and faithful no matter the heat. Tell yourself the heat is going to come.
Yeah. Gonna come.
The heat is going to come, but you got to stay strong and faithful. Because you're not exempt from the heat.
Amen.
You're not exempt from the fire. The devil has permission to bring the heat. Do you hear me? The devil has permission to bring the heat. And he's testing to see how strong you are. Can you handle the heat?
Lord Jesus. Amen.
Can you handle it?
All right.
Yes.
Point number 4. They were determined to finish strong. Somebody say determined. Determined. One more time, determined. They were determined to finish strong because they were targeting God. Their target could have easily changed once the heat came in their kitchen. Man, you telling me it's turned up to maximum times maximum? And either if I say I'm with you, if I give in to this lust right now, I ain't got to deal with that. Oh, okay, slide to the left.
Lord Jesus.
Because right here, I don't feel the pressure. But if I stay here, giving into this lust, giving into this temptation, I want to go off, and God had told me I need to check myself or I wreck myself, and my attitude just keep popping and popping and dropping and locking and gave into the heat. They were determined not to target that. They were determined to target God.
Amen.
The whole time. They were determined to see, watch this. Nebuchadnezzar was somebody of prominence, somebody with influence. Somebody who is of influence in your life that is trying to control your decision. Check that. Who is of influence that's trying to control the decision that you make? Understand this, it's never about them. Because they can't go to hell for you. But it's always about you. And how you respond to the person of influence. And if they have influence in your life and they're negative, why are they still there?
Lord Jesus.
If they're there to destroy the very thing that God gave you, family, purpose, life, destiny.
Lord Jesus.
Why are you releasing influence to somebody who wants to see your life destroyed?
Lord Jesus. Say it.
But it feels good.
Lord Jesus.
Under this influence. God said, yes, sin brings pleasure for a season. And when that season is up, you be like, well, what had happened was you gave in.
That's it.
And then you want to shift the blame. Well, it was them. That woman, who was it? Adam, that woman you gave me, that man you gave me. Well, Eve was like that serpent that you allowed to be in my garden. Everybody wants to shift blame.
Say it.
God, I'm looking at you. Point number 4, they were determined. How bad do you want it?
Come on.
That everybody talk it, but a lot of folks can't walk it.
Amen.
There's a difference between talking and walking. Because I can talk a good game all day. Boy, you try me if you want to. I'll beat you up on that court. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm out of shape. I know I can't run the floor. But I'm going to talk some noise. I'm going to make you think that if you tried me, then you're going to get your butt whooped. In reality, I ain't in no kind of shape to beat up on you in that kind of game. Right? But I talk the talk. I just can't walk the walk.
Lord Jesus.
You got to be backing up your talk, or else you ain't saying nothing. You giving lip service about your faith. You giving lip service about your family. You giving lip service about your life, and you ain't walking out nothing at the house. You ain't walking out nothing at the job. When the fire come, you backing up like, oh, you can handle that by yourself, deuces, because I can't walk that with you.
Lord Jesus. Say it.
So I need somebody that going, like with my husband, honey, if we going to walk it, we going to walk it. We ain't going to sit here and talk the talk all day long. How many more conversations about what we going to have, about what we want to do? Can we just do it?
Amen.
I I mean, I'm just saying, I'm a black and white person. My husband was here, he'll tell you she's so black and white. I mean, how many more conversations we want to talk about this? Can we just get to the meat and potatoes? Like, I don't really want to have another meeting about what we want to do.
All right.
I want to talk about the results. I want to talk about where we going. I want to talk about your accountability, my accountability. Who's not doing what they supposed to do? Can we talk about that? Because if we have one more meeting about the same old stuff.
Lord Jesus.
Because this one right here is determined to finish strong. I ain't determined to talk to you for another 4 hours about the same stuff. I'm determined for us to finish strong. And my husband know that's just how I am. Can we just, okay, because what we going to do? Can we just do it? Well, let me think about it. My husband is the thinker. I don't have to think 5 weeks about nothing. I don't like that. He's that real great person, and he brings balance to me. I love it. He brings balance. But I'm black or I'm white. We gonna do it or we ain't. But let's think about it. Baby, we've been thinking about this for a month. Can you make a decision? How many more times we gonna be thinking? And he does bring balance to me, and I need that. But you guys gotta be determined to do something. Stop just talking. Amen. Walk your faith. Yes. Walk your faith. Amen. You are here, but you ain't a doer. What you doing? And I want to close this thing out. I want to talk about Goliath. Yeah. And David. Mm-hmm. David targeted the lion, the tiger, and the bear. Yeah. His targets were to prepare him for a giant that was going to be bigger than life to him. But I want you to walk through with me what had happened with David. The pressure that he was under as a young man, the pressure that he was going through to be who he needed to be when everybody around him was older and more mature and should have been more determined to win than him. But he had to deal with insecurities all around him. He had to deal with fears all around him. He had to deal with people not believing in him. David just wanted to be a difference maker. David, he early on began to target things that would take him to his next level. He began to target things that would open up the door for greatness, that would put a crown on his head, that someone would call him king and call him Lord. David began to target the right things. He began to get focused, and when he was like, and I'm not going around bragging about the lion, the tiger, and the bear. I'm just going to kill that joker because it's trying to stop me from getting to the next level. So I'm going to kill the lion, the tiger, and the bear. And you ain't got to know nothing about it, but you'll see it in my walk. You'll see it in my talk. You'll see it. I'm a difference maker because I don't mind waging war on the devil, because the devil can't have me. He cannot have my family. He cannot have my house. He cannot have my next level. So I'm going to target the right thing. So watch this. David, he done fought and he's taking care of the sheep. And then he comes upon the war zone and he's looking at everybody around him. Everybody around him is scared. Everybody around him is nervous. Everybody around him don't know what to do with this Goliath that's staring him in the face, that's taunting him left and right. And then there was one thing that David said. He went to Saul. He said, Saul dressed David in his own tunic. He put a coat of armor on him, a bronze helmet on his head. David fastened on this sword over the tunic and tried walking around, but because he was not used to them, he said, I cannot go in these. I cannot go in these, he said to Saul, because I'm not used to them. He took them off. Then he took his staff in his hand and he chose 5 smooth stones from the stream. He put them in the pouch of his shepherd's bag, and with his sling in his hand, he approached the Philistine. With his sling in his hand, he approached the Philistine. He approached the one that was causing havoc in his life. I don't need to cuss Goliath out. I don't need a sword to cut off his feelings. But I got stones. What are these stones? What are these stones? Stones. I looked them up. They said the definition was precious stones. Stones are something that's precious.
Yes, they are.
And then stones are also something that is hard and rugged.
Yeah.
So I want you to follow me because I'm getting ready to close this out.
Yeah.
Hard means unyielding to pressure. Impenetrable or almost impenetrable. David took what he had. He took the stones. He took what he had. He took something that was precious to him, but yet it was very hard at the same time. He could have used Saul's and somebody else's stuff to win, but he chose to use his own hardness. Follow me? He chose to use his own ruggedness. See, you can bring up somebody else's mess all day long and use it against them. You can use somebody else's attitude all day long and use it against them. But David said, no, I can't use yours and throw it in your face. I'm going to use what I got. I'm going to use my hardness. I'm going to use my ruggedness. I'm going to take what I got. Watch this. I'm going to take this ruggedness and I'm going to use it to kill every devil that came against me and came against my house. So he took his stone. He took what he was used to. He took what was hard. He took what was rugged. What's hard and rugged in your life? Attitude.
All right.
Come on. Addiction.
All right.
What's hard and rugged in your life? Fornication. What's hard and rugged in your life? I'm not going to take what's in you, Goliath. I'm going to take what's in me. This is your hardness. This is your ruggedness. I'm going to take what's in me. Because if I take what's in me to kill him, I'm going to use what he tried to make me fall with. What he tried to make me fall with, sickness. Selfishness. This is my rock. This is my rock. These are my rocks. Pride. Pride is probably the biggest rock down there. And I'm going to take those stones. Because in the end, Goliath, this is between you and me. I got all these other targets around me. But I got to take my stone of what's in me to kill you. Because Goliath, what if Goliath is, y'all flow with me because I'm going to bring this to a close.
All right.
What if Goliath is a buildup of all your stones? What if Goliath is the extreme of everything that you've been walking in? Lust, infidelity, addiction, sickness, disease, fornication, adultery, lying, attitude, bitterness, unforgiveness, generational curses, mama issue, daddy issue. And now we done built a Goliath that's so big, that is so big, because we never hit the targets that we were supposed to hit. Because if we took the very thing that was precious to us, your attitude is precious, your pride is precious, the thing that you're walking in that is not of God is precious to you. Because you let it be there for so long, but you allowed it to build up into a giant. And now you got to take all those stones and you got to hit Goliath. Attitude. Bam. 9. It's gone. Adultery. It's gone. Addiction. It's gone. Sickness. It's gone. Unforgiveness. Goliath, I see you. It's gone. Your Goliath is a sum total of everything in you that is precious, that needed to be dealt with, but you never dealt with it. And when somebody try to help you deal with it, you get antsy about it. You get defensive or offensive. These are your stones. And you're building a Goliath with your very own stones. You're building a Goliath. Watch this, I'm closing it out. Goliath, he took the stones and he threw. You got to understand what it means to throw a stone. When you throw it, you're letting it go. Come on, somebody. When you say, I got this stone that's hard, that's rugged, but yet precious, it's been precious to me. But today I'm throwing it, meaning I'm letting go. I'm loosing myself. I'm letting go. I'm going to let go of the very thing that is trying to destroy my whole life. I'm letting go of distractions. And then when you begin to hit Goliath with all your stones, now you can birth out purpose. Now you can birth out destiny. Now you can birth out next level. Now you can birth out humility instead of pride. Now you can birth out faith instead of fear. See, when David threw those stones, it opened up the door for kingship. Y'all better catch that. It opened up the door for kingship for David. It didn't happen immediately, but for him to walk with a crown over his head, people had to see him walk and kill giants that was taunting him, that was in his ear, that was trying to destroy his family, that was trying to destroy his life. Before David could get into kingship, people had to see him destroy. People had to see him destroy the very thing that was trying to destroy him. David, you can't walk with a crown on your head until you destroy Goliath. David, you can't walk with a crown on your head until you pick up your attitude. You pick up the lion, the addiction, the sickness, the disease, generational curses. He couldn't walk. Goliath was standing in his way. Goliath was the one that was down there taunting his family, saying, I dare you to go to the next level. I dare you to walk in destiny. I dare you to walk in purpose. Goliath is the one that's coming over and saying, I dare you to take a stand for God. I dare you. Goliath was talking noise to David's family. Goliath was the one that was trying to mess with David's family. Goliath was the one that was trying to enslave David's family. He wanted to enslave his family. He wanted his family to be cursed and to be submissive to a devil. Goliath was the one that was screaming, yeah, David, you can't get rid of me. You can't beat me. I'm going to be with you wherever you go because you don't have enough power to beat me. You don't have enough authority to beat me. Goliath was the one that was saying, I got you and I got your family. And David was the one out of all of them that recognized it. And said, not today, devil.
Not today.
You got me last month.
Yes, Yeah.
You got me last week. You got me yesterday. But today is a new day.
All right. Yeah.
Not today. You've been messing with my family. You've been messing with my finances. You've been messing with my mind. Not today, devil. So I'm going to take every stone of hardness and ruggedness that you put in me, and I'm going to kill you with it. Come on and give God some praise. Stand to your feet. You can let that play. Because Goliath is the one that's trying to make your family walk in fear and curses and destruction. You're targeting all this stuff. But all this stuff, have you asked yourself, have I been targeting the right thing? I want to finish strong. I got to finish strong, but my aim has been so wrong. Father, help us today. Help us today. We need you, oh God. But we all got a Goliath that's taunting our families. That's taunting our homes. That's taunting our finances. That's taunting our children and our marriages and our minds. God is screaming at us and daring us to trust you, daring us to step in the fire, daring us, oh God, to be determined to win. Help us to take the very things that Goliath wanted to use to destroy us. Let us pick up every stone and destroy him. Daddy issues, mama issues, generational curses, every stone. Lying and cheating and infidelity and insecurities and fears and doubts and disbeliefs, and you name your stones, because there's more than one. Help us, oh God, to not be afraid to cast the stones at the right demon and not the wrong ones, our loved ones, and causing chaos in our families and our homes, and bitterness and anger and all of that, and because we've been throwing stones at the wrong one. Help us, Father. We stand right here right now saying forgive us, because I don't believe that anyone in here is exempt. I believe that this message was for everyone. Forgive us, oh God. For sometimes we know not what we do, but a lot of times we do, and we do it anyway. Forgive us, oh God. Forgive us. Help us. Bless us. Deliver us. Heal us. Set us free. In Jesus' name. Somebody say amen. Give the Lord a hand clap of praise.